guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and I hope that you're having an amazing day. Today I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about the struggle bus that I have been on this week. So as you guys may have seen in my back to school series, I moved back to school and that means I am eating at the dining hall, and just in general I have a little less control over my food. Even though I have a kitchen, it's not fully stocked yet, and I don't have like rice and stuff to start making food for myself. But anyways, so I have been fed at the dining hall, and normally during the school year there's pretty good options for the most part for a vegan. During the school year I have way more control, they have way more options open, way more stations, way more workers. But right now it's just in the works for football and RAs that are here. So there's not as many people here to work it, and they're not going to be putting out all the stations obviously because there's less of a student body. So they're aware of the fact that there are vegans and vegetarians, and they have been feeding the vegetarians quite well. They do always have a vegetarian option, but they do not always have a vegan option aside from the salad bar. Now, what do you do in that scenario? You can starve, which I've slightly been doing, or you can get kind of creative and, you know, stick with your vegan diet. There has been many a time that someone has said, why don't you just eat that for now, like like in a grand scheme of things, like does it really matter? And I mean, the easy way out is to say, yeah, sure, I mean, what's one meal? And I mean, I don't judge anyone who lives that way, who chooses to live their diet that way. I would still call them vegan for the most part. If their 99.9% of their diet is vegan, or 95% of their diet is vegan, I don't see why they can't claim to be vegan aside from the fact that they continually eat honey, whatever. I think you can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself for the most part, but as long as it's predominantly that, if that makes any sense. To being in an area that there's not as many options, or I'm not being, not catered to, but there isn't an option for me. In those scenarios, there's a few things I could do. I eat from the salad bar. I make do, and I do creative combinations with what I can. So for example, there's black beans in the salad bar, and I just added it to some white rice. That's what I did for Monday, and then I had like tomatoes with it, and I just loaded up my plate with rice. Yesterday, however, was tricky because everything was chicken. Everything was a different style of chicken, and then they had broccoli covered in butter, and I don't even like broccoli, so that's my fault, but and then they had, that was it. There was just chicken, broccoli, and then salad bar. And iceberg lettuce doesn't really do much for me. It's not something that I don't enjoy. I don't not enjoy eating iceberg lettuce, but I just know it has no nutritional value, so I don't see the point in eating it. So what I ended up having to do was I had a bowl of fruit. I took 3 bananas, and then I warmed up like a ramen noodle vegan bowl in my room. And is that the healthiest option? No. I will agree with anyone, that is not the healthiest option, and sometimes you're gonna have to choose the less healthy route when it comes to sticking to a cruelty-free lifestyle and kind of doing the quick way out, unless you want to go spend money and order food. But when you're in a pinch, you know, that's what these microwavable foods are for. And I just highly suggest that if you're in an area and you just feel like it's impossible to be vegan, it is never impossible to be vegan. Now, will your options be as plentiful as if you were in LA or New York or somewhere, you know, metropolitan where there's a large vegan population? No, you know, it's not going to be as easy as that area. But I mean, if you stick to the basics, like today I had potatoes, like I had 3 plates of seasoned potatoes and fruit. Like that's what I had for breakfast, and then hopefully for lunch there'll be something. You know, you make do with what you have. And is it glamorous all the time? No, you know, you can't have smoothie bowls all the time. You can't have you know, amazing fake meats or tofu dishes all the time. Like for a large majority of people, like that's just not an option. And I think that that's where the test of like your passion and your values come in. And do you want to, you know, give in and just, you know, settle for what there is and just, you know, buy into the system? If so, do you, you know, like there's no judgment on my part, you know, like I understand in a hard time, like if someone who's, you know, more plant-based than vegan feels the need to go ahead and consume that, like I'm not gonna shoot you, you know. But for me personally, this is the time that like proves even more how passionate I am about veganism and how I will go over this 5 times over. Like yesterday they served us sliders, everyone had sliders, but for the vegetarians, like they had like a piece of mushroom and pepper. I don't like mushrooms, once again, blame me, but it was nothing. It was not sustainable for someone to eat that and like alone, you know. So then they had tomato basil soup, but then they also had potato salad, so the vegetarians could have that but a vegan could not. So I had 5 bowls of tomato soup and a bag of Lay's, and there was so much oil in it, and I could just hear Dr. McDougall going, no oil on your lips, oil on your hips. Like I could hear him say that, so I was just like bugging out. But I mean, this is the reality, you know. It's not always glamorous. It's not a glamorous thing to be vegan. Like I think that's something that people often assume about vegans is it's this glamorous thing, like we're all eating fruit and acai bowls all the time. Like that's not reality. So I just wanted to come on here quickly and talk to you guys about that, and to let you know that if you're on that same struggle bus, you know, stick to the basics, stick to whole foods, you know, don't go looking for, you know, don't expect like amazing options everywhere you go, and just, you know, learn how to be creative and you know, kind of eat the same things, and you know, that's part of it. That's just part of the vegan life sometimes in an area that is not catered or predominantly vegan. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this little ramble talk. I enjoy seeing you guys and talking and sharing my thoughts. And if you like videos like this, please give it a big thumbs up. I love hearing from you guys. So leave a comment down below on what's your favorite vegan meal to have. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.